everyone, and thank you for watching PCTV's first show for the spring of 2021. I'm Sarah Geis, and today we'll be featuring 3 Principia students who have very special and unique talents. Their names are Ben Geis, Rachel Ostheim, and Diego Alaz. Now over to you, Slater.
Thank you, Sarah. Ben Geis is a recent graduate, majoring in music performance. He specializes in jazz and plays the saxophone. Rachel Ostheim is a senior, majoring in mass comm and minoring in dance. She is the director for this semester's dance production. And finally, Diego is a talented freshman on the soccer team, hailing from El Salvador. Now, over to you, Daniel.
Thanks, Slater. Hi, I'm Daniel Gomez, and now we're going to watch our first student spotlight with Ben Geis.
My name is Benjamin Geis. I am a saxophone player, a beginner flautist, or maybe not beginning is the right word, a developing flautist is probably the better word. I am also a composer. As far as instruments, I primarily play on the tenor saxophone. I also have an alto saxophone as well. And I've also been starting to learn a little bit of flute. I used to play flute back in 5th, 6th, basically middle school. And then I ended up switching the saxophone sometime in 7th grade. And I've kind of put away the flute, but you know, since I've been more and more invested in jazz studies, I've really started to like jazz flute a lot, and I'm really wanting to get into that a little more. So back when I was like, 5, my mom kind of made me play piano, so I would take piano lessons from sometime in middle school, I think. But during that time when I was playing piano, I somehow got word that my uncle used to play flute and saxophone back when he was in high school, and I really got interested in the saxophone at that time. Funny enough, when I first picked up saxophone, I listened to a lot of smooth jazz artists like Richard Elliott or David Sanborn or Kenny G, but as I started to sort of gain more knowledge about the instrument, I soon learned about older jazz greats like Charlie Parker, Lester Young, John Coltrane, and all those people. And for a while, I was really kind of focused on those guys and kind of inspired by those guys until going to college and kind of realizing that jazz isn't just about like old school stuff. And I think I learned about that a little too late, primarily because I started to understand that, hey, it's not just this narrow path of playing old school techniques and wanting to be the next Charlie Parker or Dexter Gordon per se, but rather it's kind of exploring what's out there and kind of mixing like hip hop with jazz, which, you know, I think part of the reason why lo-fi hip hop is so popular, especially amongst like jazz musicians my age, is because it's mixing a lot of like jazz elements with essentially rap, and it's really cool actually. And I think eventually I would like to explore other genres. Synthwave is a really cool sort of genre of music alongside vaporwave. Synthwave, as the name implies, it's uses a lot of like synthesizers, and I think the objective like synthwave or outrun music, as it might be called, is to sort of like recapture that sort of 1980s aesthetic, but you're also using like modern production techniques. I'm currently working on a lo-fi hip-hop album that essentially takes a lot of bossa nova standards. I haven't recorded the album yet. I'm currently in the process of making the music, so it actually hasn't been fully recorded and released yet. I'm kind of hoping to make some progress by this summer. The Principia Jazz Combo has done 2 albums. I believe they can both be listened to on Jim Hegarty's Bandcamp. I'm not ready to say I really have a career yet. I mean, I do have a YouTube and SoundCloud channel where I make my own music. I think for the most part I'm kind of going for like a bit of a lo-fi hip-hop sound. However, I eventually do kind of want to explore the synthwave and vaporwave genres as well. The combo would spend about a week or 2 weeks kind of just setting everything up, picking some songs to play, and we'd kind of just rehearse a little bit and see what takes we like. Maybe we might go into a little bit of mixing, you know, we're constantly adjusting levels, that sort of thing, and we're always pumping out new ideas. The recording process for actually both the albums that we did as a cohesive band was a lot of fun, and honestly, I'm kind of hoping we'll have that opportunity to do it again really soon. Music, what it means to me, honestly, it's been a little bit of a love-hate relationship, but there have been times where I feel like I'm doing really well as a musician, but there are also times where I kind of feel like I'm at rock bottom, and I kind of like will occasionally question myself, is this really worth it? But I think at the end of the day, I wouldn't be that happy of a person if I chose to abandon music. It's definitely shaped who I am as a person, and I want to share my musical creativity with the print community and the rest of the world. You know, I think that means a lot to me.
Amazing, Ben. Now to Griffin.
Thanks, Daniel. My name is Griffin Carlson. Did you like Ben's music? If so, you can find more at his SoundCloud at JazzmanBen or on his YouTube at Ben Geis. Now, on to Marshall for our next segment. Marshall?
Thanks, Griffin. I'm Marshall Needham, and next up is Rachel Ostheim's Spotlight. Let's learn more about Rachel's dance that she choreographed for the upcoming Dance Prod.
Well, I started dance at Principia my sophomore year, and I declared a dance minor as soon as I got here. My junior year, I took choreography class from Erin Lane, and so she taught us all about like transitions, music, emotion, everything that goes into putting in a dance. And so that formulated into creating a dance last year, and then me this year doing it on my own instead of through a class. My dance last year was Rainbow by Casey Musgraves, and I called it A Message of Hope, and all of us were different colors of the rainbow. And then I had Melissa Hardy as my soloist, and she was the one that was very unhopeful and just kind of falling apart, and she had all these people around her to help lift her up until the end of the dance. The dance that I choreographed this semester is dedicated to my grandparents that passed away in August and my dog. So I created a dance that is a duet with two freshmen, and one of them is playing me and the other one is playing all my loved ones. And so it's bringing back the memories that I lived with them through the different movements that they do throughout the dance. I already had in mind one of the dancers because she actually helped me with the dance when I was choreographing it. And then the other dancer was actually a freshman that was remote last semester in Mexico. And I watched her on Zoom, and I really wasn't sure if she was capable of the tricks that I had in my dance. But this semester, I've been really thrilled that she's in my dance, and she can do pretty much anything I ask her. She's open to doing anything I ask her. And so that was my cast, and it's been really, really good. After people see it, I hope they find a relationship to it. Today, the whole cast of Dance Prod got to see it, and I know it made some people emotional, which I felt like that was a goal of mine from the beginning. So I hope when people walk away from it, they can find some kind of meaning to it and some kind of relation to it. I don't know if I plan on choreographing in the future, but I'm very interested, as Stephanie knows, doing dance photography and possibly working at a dance studio and doing their social media or taking photos or just running like a class. That would be fun. Yeah, I'm a lyrical dancer, and so I choreograph lyrical dances. And when I choreograph my dances, I'm very intentional with making different moments photo moments. So when the show does get photographed, there's moments that I'm like, I want that photographed. Dance has always been my little safe place to go. When I was in high school, I would always go to the dance studio and dance, and I would feel so much better after I left. And being here, I've come out of my shell more through dance. When I was in high school and I was told to improv, for example, just go across the floor and improv, that scared me to death. And here, when my teacher's like, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to improv today? You want to do this or that? I'm like, I want to improv. That's like my favorite thing to do now. Just to move however I want and move however I feel. It's just such a freeing thing to do now.
Beautiful work, Rachel. Now, let's go over to Cam, who's zooming in from sunny Florida.
Thank you, Marshall. I'm Cameron Sellers. That was so inspiring, Rachel. You clearly put a lot of thought into your work. Principians, go check out dance production from April 15th to the 17th. And now let's watch our next spotlight about Diego Alice's journey as a soccer player.
Hey, my name is Diego Alas and I'm from El Salvador. I'm a freshman living in Anderson and my major is educational studies. My dad is a big soccer fan, so like he got me into soccer, and my brother too. So I don't know, just being around the soccer environment, it was just great for me when I was a little kid, and just like being able to go to the stadium with my dad, it just like really got me into it. Just the environment, the passion of soccer, of the game. So I loved it, and I just got into it when I was a kid. Soccer back home is just different because like the aggressiveness and like the physical challenge that you have here than in my country, because in my country we're not like really big, tall, and like muscular. But in America, like you get to play with like a lot of people, especially at Print. You get to play with a lot of people from many different places, like around the world, and that's great because you're able to understand other cultures and like able to just like play with different people, which is nice. You have character moments in sports. I've had the opportunity to like see character development in myself, being more like honest, being more like practice that teamwork with your teammates, of course, and just build relationship with each other, which is like, I believe is one of the most important things in life. So before a game, I just started the day right, I guess. Just like waking up on time, like being on time on everything that I have to do. And then like an hour or two before the game, just like getting ready mentally, just like listen to music and just like thinking on what I'm gonna do like well in the game, what I need to do to like motivate my teammates, and like being able to motivate myself during the game, for the game, just like take my headphones off and just be quiet and just be mentally ready. Once we get on the field, it's time to like talk, time to communicate, time to just be pumped for the game, you know. But I'm playing soccer and I enjoy soccer. It's just like my passion. I don't care where or like when I'm playing it. It's just like the feel, just being able to be on the field and being able to like spend time with the soccer ball, with your teammates, with the team, and like playing against other people that challenges you and like motivates you to be a better athlete, and besides that, be a better person. It's just like, it means a lot. It means like my life right now. Yeah.
We wish Diego and his team the best luck in the rest of their season. Now, over to you, Kelsey.
Thank you, Daniel. Hi, I'm Kelsey Bettman, and on behalf of PCTV, we'd like to thank you for watching our first show of the semester. Keep an eye out for our second show that will be debuting towards the end of the semester. We'll be working hard to bring you fun and quality content. Thanks for watching.